Get your mind and body rejuvenated with Monarch Montage, Skin Science and Medical Aesthetics, located in New York and Manila, bringing health and beauty wherever you go. From a simple Botox to a fat-reducing and muscle mass-gaining M-Skull. For more information about their quality services and locations, call or text 917-633-7710 or email at monarchmontage@gmail.com. Monarch Montage, the beauty and health continuum. And now, join us as we speak with your favorite Filipino celebrities and inspiring people. This is the podcast for global Filipinos around the globe. This is Over a Glass or Two.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Live from New York and New Jersey, the #1 only show in the East Coast. Your host, Jesse and J-Cast.
Hello, kumusta na po kayong lahat? Happy, Tuesday ba? Tuesday. Oh, akala ko hump day. Happy Tuesday to everyone! Hello po, it's 9:36 p.m. here in the US. So, kumusta po kayong lahat? At sa Pilipinas naman po, it's 10:30 a.m. naman ng Wednesday morning. Yeah. So, kumusta po sa mga lahat ng mga taga-Pilipinas? Nababakil ako. Parang feeling ko, parang tagal natin hindi nagpa-podcast.
Feeling mo lang yun.
Last week lang, no? Parang ganun. So anyways, kumusta ka na, Jay? Kasi ikaw naman po, go!
Yeah! Straight from Brooklyn, good morning night po sa lahat ng mga Filipinos and non-Filipinos in different time zones, in different dimensions, in different continents, in different galaxies, in this whole wide multiverse! Malapit na Spider-Man!
Grabe, excited na po kami ngayon. Hi, Lord, for the second time around, our dearest friend, my dearest friend, Donita Rose is here. Oh my
ang
God.
kamukha ko sa panaginip ko.
Sa panaginip. Ang Barbie doll ng Pilipinas, nandito po. Magkukumustahan tayo ngayon. My God, alam mo, Jcas, I'm so grateful actually to Genesis. Thank you so much, Genesis. And Wena, nandito si Wena. Thank you so much for introducing Donita Rose to us. Last year, it's been a year something na. And
yes,
grabe,
it's a 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. And guess what? Since then, Donita and I, we became good friends. And sobra, sabi ko, I'm so grateful na talagang, at saka, guys, hindi lang siya talaga maganda ang muka. Sobra. She's one of a kind. Very kind. Lahat na ng very nasa kanya na. Sabi ko, sana magka-jowa na ite, di ba?
Ayan.
I-hook up natin.
Itatanong natin yan kung ano
very
nangyayari.
soon, di ba? Next year, pupunta rito si Donita Rose. Mga taga New York, di ba? Baka gusto nyo bang makita si Miss Donita Rose dito sa New York? Naku, pagpapiestahan yan dito. So anyways, before namin introduce ang aming special guest, we would like to say hi sa mga unang-unang nag-comment. Kay Morales, hello!
Yes,
good morning sa'yo.
line.
Lorcan, waiting for all-time crush since over the backcourt. Oo, no? Grabe, no? Yes, talaga naman, crush ng bayan yan eh. Angelo Alvarez, hello, Angelo. Sino pa ba? Andito, Michael Pablete.
From YouTube.
Sabi niya, papisil po ng ilong ni Geneva Cruz gaya nung ginawa mo sa kanya sa movie ng Campus Girls. Talaga? O sige, tingnan natin. Wena pa,
galing
hello.
sa baon na yan, yung movie na yan.
I know, no?
Ayan.
Ang tagal na nun. Jenny Pot. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny Pot.
Hello. Ate Pilar Mateo is here. Hello.
Ate Pilar, hello.
Oo, sabi Sarah naman dito, alive na alive ang mga host. Aba, oo nga no? Talaga alive. Malapit na birthday ko, lang yaka. Malapit na birthday ko, Jessie Day pala. Wag naman, ayoko na, December 25 kasi yung birthday ko.
Oo
so,
nga,
corny, no? Ay, hindi pala corny, no. It's Jesus' birthday, so same kami. Corny lang minsan kasi isa lang ang birthday gift ko, but so what? It's an honor, di ba?
Okay na
same
yun.
kami ni Papa Jesus
Kaya
ng
mo,
birthday.
Marami ka na namang mga Chanel.
O, tumigil ka. Uy, Samuel Fallier. Hi, Sam. Uy, congratulations, Sam. My God, Sam. Nako, nakapasa siya. Di ba?
Sa real
ng
estate exam.
Sa real estate.
Congrats,
Ako,
Sam.
Sam, marami kaming i-hook up sa'yo ng mga ng
Nako.
mga gustong bumili ng properties dito sa New York. Si V, andi dito si V.
V from Canada.
Miko Manguba.
And Miko
Hi,
Manguba
Miko.
from Star Music
Nandito,
and
Star
TikTok
Music.
sensation.
Yes, oo. Ang daming nanonood. My God.
Hi,
Nandito
hi Kuya Weng. Ate Weng. Lahat na.
Kuya Weng na talaga walang yaka. Si V nandito. Hello, V. Agree, so beautiful inside out. Sabi ni Joy Cosion. Sobra. Grabe, ang bait-bait po niya. Nako, pag pumunta po yan dito sa ewan ko kung papayagan tayo ni D.
Hindi ako tatabi sa inyong dalawa.
Meet and greet.
Magsa-stand out talaga ako pagkatabi ko kayo ni Donita.
Oo, dahil wala talaga yung kagandahan mo kakaiba. Oo, correct. So anyways, Bilis, Jcas, introduce mo na ang ating special guest and dearest friend. Diba? Okay, go. Sino? Dale Kalagayan. Hi, Dale.
Ayan, stick around, guys.
Hi,
Ayan.
Dale.
From
Papunta kami ng
California.
California, ha? Kailangan nating si Joy Cochon pala from Genesis. Hi, Joy.
Hi,
Hello
Joy.
from mga taga-Genesis. Mamaya, nandito
Hi,
na rin.
Jill.
Si Jill.
Ayan na.
Love you, Jill. Mwah. Message kita ulit. Okay. Sabi, Donita, I'm still single. Obo! Single si Donita.
Si Angelo talaga, oh.
Tanungin natin kung ready to mingle ang lola mo. O sige, okay, go, Jcas. Introduce mo na ating special guest, Ivy. Okay, go.
Yes, we are doubly excited today as we have a familiar face and a good friend to OAGOT visiting us again this evening. She is probably one of the most beautiful faces that has graced Philippine show business.
Yes.
She has probably done it all. Entertained us in That's Entertainment. Made us laugh as an Alabang girl and went over the backward as Barbie dolls. Introduced and counted down our favorite music videos as an MTV VJ. Hosted morning shows on 2 giant networks and made countless TV shows and movies. She is now in the West Coast and doing what she currently loves, which is cooking, a corporate chef specializing in Filipino food fusion. Let's catch up and find out what's new since after a year of talking to her, our friend, the ever gorgeous Miss Donita Rose.
Thank you! Maligayang Pasko at maligo kayo ngayong taon.
Ay, paano mo nalaman na hindi pa ako naliligo?
Oo nga.
Oh my God.
Kasi nakatira kayo sa New York, malamig doon, ang hirap maligo doon.
Kaya nga.
Ayun,
My
I'm so
God.
happy to see you guys again. It's been almost a year since the last interview, no?
Yes.
Grabe.
Grabe. Alam mo, di lalo kang gumanda. Ang dami nagsasabi,
masyado.
Barbie doll. Lalo pang gumanda si Dino.
Nga.
Si Wena nandito kay Weng Weng.
Hello, my Genesis family, and to everybody watching right now, Dito, thank you so much for all the lovely, wonderful comments that you guys made and that wonderful introduction which JCAS read. Ako ang nagsulat niyan, so...
Oh my God.
Ang ganda ng sinabi, ako palang nagsulat.
Oo,
Ay, sabi
hindi.
di kumusta ka na? Teka, syempre bago ang lahat, alam mo naman yung protocol, kailangan nating mag-cheers. Anong iniinom mo, Miss Barbie doll?
Actually, maaga na akong nag-umpisa.
Ay,
That's good.
Okay.
Napaaga masyado yung first shot. So, kanina I had a shot of tequila kasi nakalimutan ko about the alcohol. Wala naman ako. So, I asked the owner of the house, meron ba kayong alak dyan? So, ang meron lang sila, tequila. Ano to parang brand ni George Clooney yata to
Ay, ang sosyal. Oh my
Casamigos.
Oh my
So, ito
God.
naman, ginger
Yes.
beer na may isa pang shot.
Ba, talaga no. Ayan, masarap ang kwentuhan natin.
Masarap, teka lang, masarap ba? Marami akong ginger beer, hindi ko ginagalaw eh.
Masarap di.
Ginger beer is non-alcoholic, Pero
Okay.
napakasarap niya. It's a great alternative to soft drinks kasi mahilig talaga ako sa soft drinks, no? So,
Okay.
yun yung alternative ko at mas healthier pa, di ba?
Oo. Andito si
Ayan.
MJ, oh. Hi,
Hi,
MJ!
MJ.
Hi, MJ! We missed you!
I
Nainggit
know.
ako sa kanya kasi bumisita siya sa inyo, di ba, a few months ago.
Yes.
Sabi ko, hi, wala ako, nainggit naman ako.
Ako, next year naman. Sabi ko nga kay MJ,
nga.
sabi ko, MJ, sana sabay kayo, no? Ang saya siguro ng school. Lord, ang kulit.
Super.
Sabi ni Julie Arenas, hi, di nakakamiss, you look great. Oo. As
Oh,
always.
that girl is so beautiful as well. Mas beautiful pa sa akin yung kanyang puso at ang kanyang
Aba naman.
aura.
Okay, meron kaming protocol. Alam na this, di ba? Okay.
Okay.
Welcome ka namin and then photo op. Ganda talaga ng Santa Claus hat niyo. Sana nag-elf tayo, DJ Kas. No, siya si Mrs.
Meron
Claus.
yata ako dito,
Ikaw si
nandiyan
Santa Claus.
nakatago.
Ako elf dapat. So,
Ako si Santita.
Santita, no? Okay, go. Alright. Sa sambayan ng Pilipinas po and sa aming Tourist USA. Guys, let's all welcome. My God, ang Audrey Hepburn ng Pilipinas. Next! For the second time around. Miss Donita Rose, welcome to Over a Glass or Two.
Cheers, guys.
Ooh, cheers! Woohoo! Ganda ng makeup mo, girl. Ikaw na gumawa ng makeup niyan? Ikaw lang yung makeup?
Hindi, I woke up like this eh.
Ay, talaga?
Ay,
Gusto ko talaga sa baklang
mas
to.
nakakainis yun, ha?
Oo, di ba? Parang I woke up like this eh. Okay, go. Jcas, go. Let's take a
pala.
picture. Okay, go. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Kumusta ka na, di? Grabe.
Oh,
Wala
it's-
kang kupas. How's everything?
Thank-
Ate Pilar
Well,
Mateo, by
thank-
the way, is here. Ate Pilar Mateo said, I miss you, Donita.
Oh, I miss Ate Pilar as well. She's a wonderful human being, and she's always super supportive of the show. So,
Yes.
we love you and we miss you, Tita Pilar.
Okay,
So,
go.
a lot of things have happened in the past year, you know.
Yes.
I moved from San Mateo in the Bay Area all the way here to LA. I'm here in Santa Clarita. And I now work as a corporate chef. I'm the corporate chef for Island Pacific supermarkets. And I am their R&D. So I do research and development. I develop the latest recipes or whatever. So alam niyo siguro yung grocery nila, they sell a lot of products, di ba?
Yes, yes.
So yung in-house private label brand, I started, the first project that I did even before coming on board full time was doon sa likod ng sachet packets, yung mga sinigang mix, yung mga lahat ng mga,
Yes.
we have 6 mixes. One is apritada, sinigang, I forgot the other ones. But anyway, so we have like 6. Doon sa likod ng packet, sa taas nakalagay traditional use. Tapos may instructions. Sa baba, meron modern twist. So yung modern twist recipes ang nandun sa baba. Katulad ng, for example, kung sinigang, syempre yung typical na soup, di ba?
Yes.
Ilalagay mo na lang yung mix doon. Pero for me, karamihan sa atin mga Pinoy, mahilig tayong maglagay ng sinigang mix sa mga grilled food.
Yes.
So ang ginawa ko, salmon sinigang. So pag kinain mo, pag nag-grill na siya or na pan fry, whatever, pag natikman mo, talagang parang sinigang pero walang sabaw.
What?
Parang dry rub sinigang.
Dry rub, yes.
Ganun ang ginawa.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So, tapos marami pa. Yung apritada, ginawa kong parang curry. Parang yung curry style na may chicken na cutlet, yung boneless na chicken na breaded. Tapos parang may sauce sa paligid na parang curry ang dating niya, but it's actually apritada. So, yun yung mga twist ko. Yun yung mga special twist
So nakalagay
ko.
doon sa likod ng packet talaga na homegrown ng company is, nakalagay ba doon na twist a la Donita sa baba?
No, hindi nakalagay yung pangalan ko doon. Pero at least alam ng nanonood yun na ako ang gumawa niya.
Ikaw ang, oh my God, ang pioneer
Can
nun.
we buy it online? Can we buy it online?
You can buy it at, I'm sure online, like, they have ways that you can purchase online through their stores, but it's definitely exclusive to Island Pacific.
Galing. Swerte ng Island Pacific sa'yo, Di. I remember when Di was like trying to formulate those, di ba? Meron siya, tayo nun naka-FaceTime kami.
Oo nga, nakwento mo
Pag
yun,
ganun
Jessie,
ko, sabi ko, ano yan? Ang daming post-its sa isang wall. Sabi ko, what are you doing?
Actually,
What is that, Di? What was that, Di? Kwento mo nga, Di. Ano yun?
Well, because my thoughts, like, I'd like to think that I'm a creative person, but my thoughts are all over the place. So the way that I'm able to process the thoughts in my head is I put everything on a post-it. So kung anong thought ko, hindi ko masyadong ine-edit muna. So I think big first. Kung talagang walang problema ang budget, kung walang hadlang,
Yes.
mali, isusulat ko. So, ito. Tapos ipopost it ko, ilalagay ko sa wall ko. Hanggang sa parang eventually, down to all the smallest ideas, saka ko na lang i-organize. Like, okay, here's the main thought, here's the subcategory, here's the hanggang sa nakaka-develop ako ng menu. So that was how I developed the menu for Chirp and Oink. And so the concept for that was rice bowls from around the world. So meron tayong Chirp and Oink, chicken or pork cutlet. And then dun sa rice bowls, you can choose, as of right now, we only have 6, but you can choose one of the 6. And then it's a theme bowl from around the world. So pwedeng Japanese, meron tayong, ayun, handa kayo.
Diba? Basta sa pagkain, magaling si Direk.
Magaling si
diba? Ang bilis, diba?
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So yun. So right now, we have 6 bowls. Ang pinaka bestseller namin yung binagoongan rice bowl. So you can choose chicken or pork belly.
Nagutom ako dun,
And the second one that's very, very popular, I would say, is the Hainanese rice. Chicken or pork, obviously, and both are equally good. Depende sa tao sa gusto nila. A close tie, like parang tie between Hainanese rice is the tonkatsu bowl. So, of course, chicken or pork, and then it's tonkatsu. And it has an onion omelette, then it has broccoli slaw with Japanese mayo and sesame.
Ang galing. So, ikaw lahat nag-formulate nun?
Ako ang lahat nag-formulate, yes. Oh, yun. So, yun yung adobo. Yung adobo is adobong kondensada. Yun yung that's when I was first formulating it. Pero, ayun, that one has chimichurri. Yeah, and yun has, that one, my twist doon is may chimichurri sauce. Kasi di ba tayong mga Pinoy, gusto natin na may one soy sa loob ng ensalada, di ba?
Yes,
yung mga iba, gusto, yung iba ayaw. Kasi lasang sabon daw yung cilantro sa iba. Pero actually, chimichurri sauce is an Argentinian sauce that has parsley and cilantro. So isinama ko doon na parang pang international flair na twist doon sa binagoongan.
Ang galing mo, girl. Sobra. Alam mo, talagang yan ang passion mo na, no? What about, so, since 1 year ka na ba? 1 year na, right? It's been 1 year?
8 months, 9 months na.
8 months. How is it so far? You liking it? You loving it?
Well, I wouldn't say it's absolutely perfect.
Okay.
As in every new job, you have a lot of challenges. And one of the biggest challenges that I've had was, it's artista problem, parang I came in and kilala naman akong ng lahat. So parang hindi naman nila ako tanggap bilang chef. It's more of like, artista yan galing Pilipinas. So
yes.
It was very hard for me to get people to listen to me kasi hindi sila trained. These are like all mostly young adults, mga 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yes.
So, parang the thing is like, sino ka ba para sabihan kami ng kung anong dapat namin gawin? Parang napakagaling mo naman, anong feeling mo mataas ka sa amin?
True.
That's just my inner monologue of what I think they're thinking of me. But so I've had a few run-ins with some of them, and the thing about me is I'm all about relationship first. I feel like, if you gain somebody's respect, then they will follow, diba? You lead by example. Pero it's very hard if you, on a professional level, if, my standards are so high. And I mean, may sakit din ako doon kasi perfectionist ako.
Yes.
And, I come in with so much passion and gusto and ang dami kong pangarap, and then hindi sila sumusunod. So, nagkabanggaan ako with some of them for a while. But ngayon, medyo nagsisettle na ako at almost 9 months. I'm settling in now, and
yes.
I have good relationships with, I'd say 99% of them. There's just the one guy na medyo matigas na
Sino ba
ulo
to?
na.
Ano? Kuya, ano ba?
Well,
Oo.
hindi siya Filipino eh. So,
Baka,
ang ano kasi is like, galing siya sa isang fast food chain din dati ng 3 months. Bata pa to 17.
Oh,
So,
that's why. Oo.
Parang he's, I know it all na
Na bata. Yes.
Tsaka ayaw niyang magpaturo. So, it's very frustrating when you're trying to mali-mali yung ginagawa, tapos ine-explain mo,
It's
tapos
true.
nagagalit sa'yo na parang pinapagalitan mo. Hindi naman sa pinapagalitan, you're teaching them to do it the right way. So,
Yes.
marami na akong walkout, marami na akong iyak, nagkasugutan and all of that. It's really tough. And I'm just being very real here. I could have just lied about it and said everything is fine and dandy, but yeah, those are some of the challenges of I think for anyone in starting in a new, not just a new company, but a new sort of industry for me, because galing ako sa Pilipinas, kahit na chef ako sa Pilipinas, alam nila na celebrity pa rin ako, so they treat me well and kind of more respected.
Exactly.
Dito talagang start from zero talaga ako. So kahit na nakikita nila ako ako yung naglalabas ng basura, ako yung nagmamop, nagsisweep, kahit na talagang pagod na ako, I would expect na nakuha ko na yung respeto, hindi pa rin. So, yun yung
Is
mga
this yung
challenges. Yeah.
may tanong ako kasi I'm very concerned about you. So, gwapo ba yung batang to?
Tignan akong umihi sa'yo.
Sabi kasi natin pakilala kay Jake, sabi ko, kaya sobrang concern ko sa'yo, may itsura ba siya?
Magwapo ba siya? At least.
At least.
Iya ka talaga. Bata, 17. Ano ka ba?
17 eh.
Oo,
Mike,
bata.
alam mo, baka may crush
That's
lang
what I
yan
love.
sa'yo, Donita.
Oo.
Wala.
Kung straight man yan.
Pero
diba?
alam mo, alam mo,
Wala.
sobra akong proud talaga sa'yo. Because you know what? I know like you have a lot of, kasi nagkwentuhan kami ni Dia. You've overcome a lot of things. And you know what? Look at you now. Like, ano ka pa rin, you're getting stronger. And andun pa rin yung positivity mo. Diba? Na parang, you know what, Jess, I can do this. And look at you.
Si Angelo, sabi niya mas gwapo daw siya.
Oh, di ba?
Oo nga eh.
Umaapila yung mga sa live comments eh. Di ba? Sila na lang daw.
Oh my God! Pero,
Diba?
teka saglit. So what about yung syempre celebrity, nandito ka na sa ilang years ka na rito? Or 1.5 years ka na ba sa US?
No, I moved here September 9 last year. So, isang taon pa lang.
1 year something, no? Yeah. So, wait, what about syempre celebrity ka? Yung, syempre, dami-daming gustong may crush sa'yo. Yung mga tipong mga, parang different walks of life. Tipong,
Nakikita ka ba nila doon sa ano?
May mga, kumusta ang love life? Kumusta ang love life?
Chirp and
Ako alam
Oink?
ko, pero go, kwento mo.
It's so sad. Ang pumapansin lang sa akin si Jessie.
Tumigil ka. Ang dami. Alam mo, sabi ko sa kanya, kasi yung ibang guys, for sure, na-intimidate. Because you're Donita Rose. Come on. You're like, everyone knows. Oh my God, look at that beautiful face. Like,
Ganyan ba itsura mo sa kusina?
Ganyan.
Ganito.
Ganyan, no? Grabe.
Diba? Parang, who would not want to go out with you on a date? Pero feeling ko talaga yung iba doon na si Miss Angeli.
Oh, Miss
Ay,
Angeli is
Angeli.
here, present,
Angeli pala.
and counted
Yung
for.
glass mo.
Oo nga. Hi, Miss Angeli. Oo,
Hi, tita.
na-intimidate lang yan sa'yo. Oo, sabi, is it worth doing the things you do now in Uncle Sam's land? Is it worth it?
I would say that regardless of the challenges that I'm facing, I'm living my best life now.
Wow. Compared before.
Actually, I've always lived my best life, pero may pinagdaanan akong dry season sa buhay ko. I mean, financially.
Yes.
I think, for me kasi, I believe that kasi di ba sa faith ko and everything, especially because now it's Christmas. One of the reasons why na talagang pumayag ako na magpa-interview today
Yes.
and not to wait is because, Jesus is the reason for the season, right? So,
Yes.
and for me, I really believe that in order for us to truly be happy in every phase of our lives, we really need God in our lives. So that's really the message that I always try to share with everybody na, I can be happy in all circumstances. There's always peace, there's always joy. So I've been happy in every season, although I really went through a dry spell for a few years. Lalo na when kinuwento ko sa inyo dati last time, I went through depression. So
Yes,
that was
yes.
a really, really difficult time. And then after about 3.5 years of depression, even I was still okay, but alam mo yung I was grieving ang hirap mag-forgive nung time na yon. So hindi ako tumatanggap ng mga ministry work, yung mga interviews about, my faith and all that. I didn't do that for a while. And then after that season, nakapag-heal na ako. But then may financial woes naman ako. At kinuwento ko sa inyo last interview.
Yes,
So
yes. Mhm.
ngayon na dahil may trabaho na ako na may regular income ako, nakakahinga ako ng konti, and I'm able to really just enjoy life a little bit more. And not I know this sounds a little bad, but because my son lives with his dad now, ever since I moved to LA, I'm able to like relax a little bit more because I'm such a perfectionist person, especially as a mother. Sometimes I feel like I don't, I'm a little bit hard on my son. So now we have a stronger relationship. Mas close pa nga kami ngayon na wala siya sa akin. Yeah, so I'm becoming a little bit more relaxed in everything. So yeah, I think I'm living my best life.
I know.
Wow.
Namimiss mo ang do you miss the show business? Hindi. The showbiz life.
I do, as a matter of fact.
Alam, di ba
I
meron
think
ka?
I think my secret fantasy is to like go back to acting, but like here in the US, that would be a dream come true.
Yes. Oo.
I mean, still do culinary, but I think sayang naman lahat ng depression ko kung hindi ko magagamit yan in the future.
Exactly, right?
Ang
Lahat
dami
ng
ng
hugot.
hugot. Oo.
Ba? Gamitin na yun.
Pwedeng-pwede.
Have you tried? Kasi I know MJ Racadio, nagkakwentuhan din kami, magkwentuhan din tayo about it na, like MJ really is pushing you to have a SAG card. Diba?
Yeah. I think we'll work on that next year. I mean, I just don't know how I can factor that into my current job because syempre, the job that I'm doing right now is a full-time job, and the only thing is it's a little physically exhausting for me, like, and yung hindi ako sanay na 9 to 5 job, actually 9 to 6 job, and 5 days a week. I'm used to being my own boss. So yun lang
true.
talaga ang I think biggest challenge para sa akin na nasanay ako sa buong buhay ko na parang I'm the boss of my, career in a sense. Like
And
I get
yourself,
to choose what I
diba?
want.
Oo.
Exactly.
Yes. And now I have somebody dictating deadlines and, the
True.
pressures of having to live up to other people's expectations as opposed to my own personal expectations.
But you know what? You never know, Dia. Kasi MJ and I spoke. So I asked him. I was like, so what about you? Yun na nga yung the schedule. So I was like, you know what? I know if it meant for you, it will fall on your lap
Oo nga eh.
flawlessly.
Yeah.
And I know eventually by next year, I'm sure if Island Pacific, hopefully maging lenient sila pagdating sa schedule mo, and then they will allow you. Kasi it's also their pride and joy, no? Imagine mo yung chef nila lalabas na sa Hollywood. Oh, and you still come on. I mean, you're one of the best actress in the Philippines. And I'm sure you still have it. Sabi mo nga kanina, sayang yung mga hugot-hugot mo, yung mga depression stage mo.
Well, when I was in the Philippines before coming here, I did this project with Jano Gibbs called The Last Woman Standing, and it was a dark comedy.
Yes.
Ako yung legal wife, tapos nalaman ko na 4 ang kanyang kabit. So, parang challenge nila ako. They said, oy, mahal ka niya dahil ikaw yung legal wife, pero sa totoo lang, mahal niya kaming pantay-pantay. Tapos na-challenge ako doon. So, sabi ko, patutunayan ko sa inyo na talagang mas mahal niya ako. Iba talaga pag legal wife. And then, so there's, this dark comedy ensues. And I realized na grabe yung evolution of my acting. And I feel like if I were to able to do acting in the US, especially in English, kasi may hadlang din pa rin sa English. I mean, sa may language barrier pa rin ako whenever I speak Tagalog. Kasi syempre, lagi akong nervyos pag nagme-memorize ako ng lines na baka hindi ko of course, I'm very, I mean, there's, in acting, ang greatest enemy is yung kaba. Yun
Yes.
yung pinaka number one enemy mo kasi parang it's interfering with the feelings. But if I can express myself in English, all the more, di ba? Parang yung nangyari sa akin noon nung MTV days ko. I was doing okay in my career, doing well naman. Pero when MTV came into the picture, alam ko talaga na if I get this job, I'm gonna do exceptionally well kasi I will be able to express myself in English. And then yun yung nangyari, biglang nag-flourish ako as a host na
Yes.
hindi naman alam ng tao na kaya ko palang mag-host ng ganong kagaling pala, na
Yes.
nakakatawa pala ako, ganyan. Kasi noon talagang may hadlang sa pananagalog. So yun.
Oh, you were
Hanggang ngayon-
really at your
actually,
element
hanggang
during your MTV VJ days then.
Grabe
Oh,
no. Hanggang
yeah.
ngayon, actually, bulol pa rin yan si Di mag-Tagalog minsan.
Ulol!
Tsaka,
Bulol!
Oo.
Tanggalin mo yung
bulol,
D. Okay.
Bulol pa rin siya magtagal. Pero alam mo, Di, I'm so grateful talaga. Di ba sinabi ko na sa ito na, thank God that you moved to the US before the pandemic. Because alam mo, sabi ko nga sa Di, you're so blessed because a lot of, especially actors and celebrities, would really trade in your position to their position because ang dami talaga ngayon na they're struggling because walang work.
Even
Pero
kasi
ngayon-
even
Kaya
if it
naman ako.
Bro.
even if it open
Yeah.
na kasi
So lucky. Di.
marami pa rin yung nag-aantay na
dami.
tawagan sila.
Na talagang
Diba?
wala.
Oo.
As in, yung ang dami kong nakakausap na they're like yung depression nila is like up to here because they don't know, like they don't know where to go. Maka-US lang ako, I don't know. At least I'll have something that, I have something to fall back. Pero ikaw, you're so lucky kasi nga nandito ka, tapos you have a good job. You have a lot of friends who look up to you, and 2022 you will have like a better career, 'di ba? Na tipong hindi lang pagiging chef, for sure maybe a better job, maybe a career in Hollywood. Kaya that's why you're so
Yeah.
blessed. So
Ay naku,
so blessed.
pinapaiyak naman ako ni Jessie.
Hindi totoo yan.
Diba?
Sinasabi ko sa'yo,
Pag naisip mo nga, no?
Swerte.
Diba?
Napakaswerte.
Ayaw ko din sanang umalis ng Pilipinas kasi the biggest dilemma of my whole career, in a sense, has always been the struggle between whether to live in the Philippines or to live in the US. Kasi my whole family lives here in the US, but my friends in the Philippines, my Genesis, these are they're also my family.
Yeah.
I lived in the Philippines. Actually, my career was 31 years in the Philippines. So imagine how they filled in the shoes for me na Tita Angeli, diba? She knows more about my life than my own mom, So it was really difficult. Shinut off ko lang yung feelings ko na I don't want to be sad that I'm leaving. I just shut off those feelings and I just said, no, let's just focus on the future. And if I take a moment, syempre, parang, it really hurts pa rin kasi talagang I love the Philippines and it's so sad that I have actually had to come here in a sense just to get more opportunities, right? My heart goes out to all the people back home in the Philippines, lalo na nung nag-shut down ng ABS and
True.
it's so tough to, you never know when your next project is going to be. And it's tough. We cannot depend on anyone but God. So, kaya napalakas yung faith ko sa Diyos na, Lord, you really have to provide for me. Even kahit sabihin mo na may pangalan, hindi naman ibig sabihin nun na laging may work. So, it's tough, but at the same time, all things work together for the good, for those who love Him and are called according to His purposes. So I just prayed and I just said, God, I cannot survive anymore. I really have to go back to the States, and everything worked out. So, I just want to encourage those back home who are struggling financially or, they're going through struggles in their career. Just, give it all to God and God can turn it all around just like that.
He provides. God provides all the time. Kaya nga, I'm sure na miss mo yung family mo. I mean, yung mga friends mo, no, sa Pilipinas. Like, what about you? Did you build new friends here? Do you have new friends that you consider like family?
Jessie, alam mo na yung sagot dyan.
Alam ko yung sagot. Oo. Kami talaga
syempre.
sobrang, I love you, D. Talagang excited na ako. Yes.
Si bakla. I have built friendships here that in such a short span of time, like parang you know, JCAS and you, Jesse, you guys are like, para kayong mga kapatid ko.
Yes.
And I've built relationships with people here recently, like, lalo na kasi birth month ko to December baby din ako katulad ni Jessie. And grabe, I'm so spoiled. I am so incredibly spoiled by all my friends. Like, people have been treating me left and right. And, you know, I just feel like, wow, I think I'm just too blessed. That's why I get emotional whenever we talk about God and, you know, my career and blessings. I'm just like, oh, it's so hard to hold it in. But yeah, I'm very grateful.
Speaking of friends pala, meron bang mga showbiz personalities na bumisita na sa'yo dyan sa iyong
Marami.
work?
Madami.
See, when we did the launch for Chirp and Oink, Ruby was there, and of course Krista, si Princess Punsalan.
Ayan, diba?
Of course Rufa May Quinto, si LG Moreno. They also featured the Chirp and Oink on Wonder Mamas. And that was such a big help for us kasi ang daming pumupunta dahil sa kanila. And I'm wondering if I'm missing anyone.
Si G. Donji, of course. Ay, nakita kayo ni Miss Angeli.
Miss Angeli pala, ayan.
Yes, si Miss Angeli didn't come to Chirp and Oink, but we did see each other. Hindi kami magkikita pag nandito siya sa Amerika. Ayun, who else? Am I missing somebody?
Rufa Gutierrez. What about Rufa?
Rufa didn't come to Chirp and Oink kasi medyo malayo at wala siyang kotse. But si Jessica Buenavax, who used to be Jessica Rodriguez, right? And she's married now. And Rufa are some of my closest friends. And nagkita kami. So we went out and and I'm still waiting for them to come visit me at Chirp and Oink. But Jessica is the reason why nakuha ko itong trabaho sa Island Pacific kasi Krista and Boss Nino are one of her closest friends. So siya yung nag-introduce.
Baka naman, curious lang ako What if, diba, Rufa and LJ.
Moreno and Rufa May Quinto.
Diba?
Have you guys interviewed them before?
Si LJ, yes, but not Rufa May. Ask
oh
ko,
my gosh, so guess mo naman. Tanongin ko siya para
sige
sa'yo.
Nga, sige nga,
Rufa
Rufa.
Kasi kilala mo dati.
Hindi kasi kilala ko nga, di ba si Rufa May? Tumapayag, hindi nung time na yun kasi sobra siyang busy. Pero ngayon baka pumayag
pag hindi na siya busy ngayon.
Oo, hindi na yan busy
Nag-US tour yata ang bakla. Nakikita ko, di ba? Nag-US tour siya.
Grabe, no.
Kumakanta pala din siya. Akala ko comedy lang. Yung
comedy lang.
din.
Pero kung given an opportunity na meron kang, let's say, you'll have an opportunity here naman in New York. Let's say someone offers you for a great opportunity to be a chef or a sous chef in one of the 5-star restaurant
Michelin star, kunyari.
Michelin star. Will you go for it? Or you miss your family? You will miss your family in California?
Yeah, that's yun lang ang difficult part. But I mean, we can always fly. I'm willing to. If I was going to be working like in a, syempre, at the end of the day, pangarap ko pa rin yung 5-star, yung mga, Michelin star na chururot na to really promote Filipino cuisine. I mean, I think
maybe in the near future.
Would kill me for saying
I know,
this, right?
Maybe in the near future. Try California and, hey, you never know, you might meet the, almost Mr. Right here in New York. So, kasi gusto ko talaga si Deep nandito na.
Para malapit ka sa amin.
Para nga doon sa mga curious, ano ba yung type mo? Sige nga, ano yung nabago na ba ang mga nasa list mo ngayon? Ito naman si Angelo. Yung mga nasa list mo ngayon, yung mga almost Mr. Right mo, na nasa list?
Si Marisa Sanchez, she was here in the US. Di ba, komedyante, singer yon.
Yes.
Kausap ko siya kagabi. Sabi niya, nagbago na ba yung mga type mong lalaki? Yung hindi naman pangit. Sabi ko, grabe ka naman.
Diretso talaga. True friend mo yan, di ba? Diretsahan
hindi naman pangit. Yeah.
Hindi, nagjo-joke siya kasi, di ba, parang pinapatawa lang niya ako. Pero, sabi ko, ang type ko kasing lalaki, yung nakakatawa. Hindi ko kasi I love a guy who can keep up with me, who knows how to have a good life, how to just enjoy life, because it really takes, I think it personally takes somebody very smart to be witty, so
yes, definitely.
keep up with me.
Miss Witty.
What about, for sure dapat din magaling magluto.
Hindi naman.
Talaga?
I love to serve. So, okay lang naman sa akin.
Siya na yung nakatoka doon sa pagluluto.
Oo, sa bagay. Hindi, gusto ko for someone na aalagaan talaga siya. Sabi, si Jcas nakakatawa, ew, Jenny!
Ano ba? Ew! Jenny! Bulag
Pero
ka
alam
ba?
mo, kung lalaki lang yun si Jcas, nako, matagal ka nang pinuntahan dyan ni Jcas.
Ay, naku, huwag natin imagine yung mga imposible sa buhay. Oh, my
my
God.
Wait, oh my God.
Oh
Wait,
my-
so, how's your...
Nahihilo ako.
Oo nga, imagine, no? Pero alam mo, ang gusto ko talaga for D is someone na, was sense of humor. Kasi kakaiba talaga tong bakalang to. Talagang, her sense of humor is one of a kind. As in, pag
thank you.
nagkukwento yan, talagang
Ano bang klase sense of humor?
nagtatawanan lang
Pag
kami.
nagkakwentuhan kayo na matagal sa phone, Jessie, anong klase ba yung sense of humor niya? Paano mo ika-categorize?
Hindi ko alam it's not dark, pero I don't know, it's not parang
Ayun, medyo dark.
something like, parang ano ba, parang lagi siyang may, every time like we talk about anything, lagi siyang merong mga, parang siyang comedian, laging may hirit. Sabi ko, oh my God,
parang
di
may
sa
hugot.
may punchline
Parang may
lagi.
hugot.
Tapos may hugot. Sabi ko, di yung aga-aga, yun na naman yung hugot mo. Grabe, sabi ko, swerte
Oh my gosh,
talaga.
there was one time I went
Yes.
to visit my mom in
Yes.
Vegas for her birthday last November 2. And nung pauwi ako, my drive all the way, because I drove to Vegas, I saw my mom, and then I also drove back the same day. Alam mo, kausap ko si Jessie the whole time. I think,
Yeah.
Jcas, nandun ka rin, no? You were there?
Oh, yeah, you
Natutulog
were-
ka yata, eh.
Parang 3 hours after
Ito yung FaceTime, tapos hinarap niya sa akin, tapos nakahiga ako sa sofa.
Oo, tapos bilang,
Bumangon ako, sabi ko.
naririnig na si Jcas, humihilip.
Nag-uusap kami hanggang nakauwi na ako ng bahay. And then, nag-usap pa kami ng matagal. Nung
Nang matagal
nakapark
na.
lang ako sa baba.
Tama
Grabe,
yan.
siguro 4 hours yun.
Si
4 hours
Jessie,
tayo
maasahan mo
nagkwentuhan.
talaga ng ganyan.
Oo. I love hindi kasi, alam mo, I love listening and I love giving advice as well. Parang si Di, ang dami niyang binibigay na good advice. And one good thing, Di, na talagang na-cherish ko is, yun ang mga verses na binabasa ko ngayon sa Bible. I even showed her my Bible.
Ayun.
Hindi, talaga, alam mo, pag si Di nakausap mo, parang minsan, kompleto na siya. Swerte talaga na magiging husband mo.
Grabe ka.
Yung kompleto na as in talagang the way you, pwede ka ngang maging maging life coach. Kasi the way you give advice, it's hindi ka biased. Like, and you always based it from the word of God as well. Like, it's not like something, it's something from the wisdom that you have is extraordinary. That's what I
Thank you.
Grabe, sabi ko,
Well, I think
oo.
it also comes, I mean, not to boast about rebellion, but I would say that I know both sides of the coin. You know what I mean? I
Yes.
know what it is to be a naughty little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know what it is to live a life of righteousness, meaning to walk with God, to be fully dependent on Him, to be honest about my shortcomings. And this is what I was telling Jessie over the phone. I said, people have this impression that being religious, I hate the word religious, but walking with God is very corny. It's about yung maraming bawal. But actually, there's real freedom. There's real freedom. Like, I can be naughty, I can be funny, but I can still do it without being a bad girl, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's the part where sabi ni Jessie na nakakatawa ako. Parang may mga hugot ako na it's may double meaning lahat.
Yes.
Like, it can be perceived as naughty, but
Yes.
actually it's coming from a real place. And I'm always honest about my struggles. Like, oh my gosh, I mean, when was the last time that I got intimate with a guy? It was so long ago. I mean, like, I'm like, but you know what?
Yes.
I'm resolved na ako na kung sakaling hindi magbibigay si Lord ng somebody for me, I'm okay with it. And I'm still very, very happy and fulfilled. Like 1,000% fulfilled. And that really, I can truly say that it's because of God. Kasi kung hindi, di may secret life ako, di ba?
Oh, di ba?
Pero hindi, wala. Promise,
Oh
wala
my
akong
God,
secret
look
life.
at that
Oh, ayan,
beautiful
oh.
girl. Ooh.
Diba? Kaya ko maging seductive na wala
Seductive and
akong
dark ang
pinapakita.
dating
Yes.
dyan. Oo.
True.
Kung yan ang picture na ilagay mo kaya sa account mo ng Tinder, gumawa ka na kasi.
Ayaw mo bang, tinatanong ko sa kanya, isip ko, sabi ko, girl, bakit ayaw mong mag-online date? Na-try mo na ba? Ano ba?
There are good people in there, trust me.
Oh, kasi meron siya. Si J. Cass.
I just met one over the weekend and he's head over heels over me. Hindi ko kaya. Oh my God. Diba?
Yeah, pero
I don't know.
seriously, na-try mo?
I'm like, no, I've never tried it before. I thought about it, and then when I start really like, okay, am I serious about this? Tapos, kinikilabutan ako eh. Parang gusto ko organic. Parang, I don't know if I'm traditional or what, pero parang, I just want it to happen organically.
Kismet, ganyan, parang
Oo,
ano.
parang ganon. Parang
Anong kismet?
Serendipity.
oo.
Ang
Kaso
gusto mo.
sabi ni Direk, paano yan? Lagi ka nasa work. Hindi pag
Oo nga
off
eh,
niya.
sabi ni Rupa, girl, what do you expect? Somebody's gonna knock at your door?
Maybe one of the customer or whatever, like, or a rich guy. Wait, are you into, kasi ito minsan lagi kong gino-joke na advice eh. Hoy,
Si Angelo, nandito ako.
Nandito
Angelo,
ako, Donita.
Ano ba isura ni Angel? Nakalimutan ko na eh.
Oo.
Oo nga. Oo.
Kasi ito si Jill. Ay, mami-meet mo yan, Dia. Ano din yan? Chef din yan. Nagluluto din yan. Oo, si
and
Jill.
events, si Jill,
Sabi na sa
our
mga
friend
big
yan.
events. So ito, tawag nito, ayan, nawala tuloy ako. Nag-meet sila ng husband niya sa Match.com. Sa Match.com.
Oo.
Or
Alam mo,
ChristianMingle.com. May friends ako na meet
It's
nila.
too
Talagang
obvious though.
Oo,
Diba?
baka
Alam mo,
pupunta dito hindi talaga Christian.
Alam mo,
Pupunta
Di,
doon.
I understand yung pagiging hesitant because my sister is also like that. And parang wala sa personality niya. Parang, typical Filipina na meek at saka ganyan, mahiyain. Pero alam mo,
Mahihayin pa ako.
pero hindi ikaw yun, yung ate ko yun. Tapos alam mo, yung tinry niya mag-login pa unti-unti and nagulat siya, ang problema na from zero, umiiyak siya na zero, baka I'm gonna be alone forever, ganyan-ganyan. Naging 5. Ang manaligaw niya, hindi niya alam anong gagawin niya ngayon.
Oh, diba? Oo.
The possibility is there, yeah.
Would you, just in case let's just say you'll start like online dating or some, I don't know, like organically may ma-meet ka. Would you rather have a person, that person knows you as a celebrity, or you want someone who's like doesn't know you at all as a celebrity? Like, ibang lahi ba? Or you prefer Filipino?
Hindi, pwedeng kahit anong lahi. Pero kasi, gusto ko Christian talaga. Hindi pwedeng hindi na
Totoo.
Christian.
Oo.
Kasi,
Christian.
napagdaanan ko na yung there's a lot of things that I went through na hindi tugma sa what I believe in. So I just want to make sure that I'd be in sync with somebody. Kasi sobrang, I would like to think, and I don't want to sound righteous or religious, but malalim ang walk ko eh.
Oo.
So if I were to marry somebody na hindi malalim ang walk, he's gonna find me weird.
True.
Gets nyo?
Oo. True. Totoo
Eh,
yan.
minsan mag-praise and worship
Hindi
ako
nila-
mag-isa dito. Minsan lumuluhod ako sa carpet, umiiyak ako habang nagpo-praise and worship. Anong sasabihin ng lalaki?
Oo. True.
Hindi magaling
It
ka
has to be-
lumuhod.
Baka biglang, ay,
Diba?
ano yun? Oo.
Ganyan, yan yung mga example ng joke mo, diba?
Oo, ganyan. Mga ganyan.
Pwede,
It's-
diba?
Diyos ko, I cannot.
Pwede yun.
Sabi ni
Bio.
Sabi ni Bio, Diyos ko, si Donita na siya, nahirapan pang maghanap. Paano na lang ako? Kaya itagay na lang natin
Oo,
to
diba?
mga box pagpunta ko
Oo.
dyan. Alam mo, itagay natin to, go!
Oo, inom tayo niyan. Kaya,
Alam mo, Di, ang dami kong friends dito na nanonood. Kanina pa yan nagme-message sa akin. Kasi, ito yung mga good friends ko na pag nagpunta ka dito, kasi Di, nagpaplano yan eh. Kami tagay ko, Di ako bahala sa'yo. You don't have to worry about anything. Kailangan
Ano
mong...
feeling ko talaga, dapat pumunta ako dyan. Tapos, like, we tour all of New York. Tapos, i-video natin yan. Mag-YouTube.
Yes! Oh my God, yes! Definitely.
Parang YouTube episode.
Yes! Oh, yun talaga ang gagawin natin, di. Pero magsistay ka dito. I want you to meet yung mga dearest girlfriends ko na talagang sobrang, aside from fan mo sila, sobrang mababait din na katulad mo na they're dying to meet you. As in, yung iba, pag nagkakantuhan, uy, si Donita friends ko, oo. Yung iba parang, uy, Jessa, pwedeng pa-host ako bahala kay Donita sa ganito. Ang dami-dami nagmamahal talaga sa'yo, di. Kasi di
You
sa totoo lang,
see, this is...
sobra, ang dami nagmamahal sa'yo, di. Sobrang
I'm
lucky
very
mo.
blessed talaga.
Sobra.
Grabe.
Tapos,
This is the reason why hindi ako naghahanap ng date. Kasi lahat ng friends ko, grabe mag-spoil sa akin. I'm not really looking. Although it
Yeah.
would be nice naman, pero hindi naman talaga ako naghahanap kasi sobrang nag-enjoy ako sa buhay ko ngayon.
true. You don't want, sabi ni January ka punta, Miss D, please, para ma-meet kita, para di lang sa notebook kita nakikita. Sa notebook!
Sige,
notebook?
Kasi yung sa notebook.
Yung sa palengke,
Oy,
di ba
totoo
spiral yun?
ah.
Oo.
Yung mga notebook nun kung saan-saan makikita mo si Donita Rose ang...
Oo. Ay, at saka ito
O si
pala.
Ate JJ. Nako, eto nung
Oh,
si
yan
Ate
yung
JJ, taga Florida.
Fashion, ano
Ang
rin
dami
yan,
mo,
our fashion plate. Ay,
Alam mo,
ito pala,
oo.
Donita, ang ano ko, in-advise sa akin, ginawa ko, nandito nga sa tabi ko yung whiteboard eh. Isulat
Ay,
mo
Tita
rin,
Beth.
isulat mo rin yung intention mo, kung anong gusto mo sa guy.
Ay, totoo.
Oo. Kunyari, ang gusto ko, kung gusto mo ko mas matangkad, lagay mo lang yan. Gusto ko honest, isulat mo lang. It doesn't hurt. And it will work wonders. I did it. I was like, what's happening? The universe just shifted. Kaya,
Wow.
ayun, sabi ko sa'yo, oo.
Oh my God. You never know. Pero alam mo, Di,
Yeah.
tama ka. Like, you don't have to look for it. I mean, it will just come. I know that, God, yung sinabi mo na it doesn't matter if God will not give me, a partner in life. But no, trust me, pipila silang lahat sa'yo. Pero for now, sabi mo, you're happy with your friends. And it's not just your friends. It's so many people that who loves you that you don't know. Na kaya nga sabi ko, Di, ibang klase yung ginawa mo sa showbiz industry na walang Filipino na hindi ka kilala. No, seriously.
Pinapaiyak
Walang Filipino.
na naman ako
Pero guess what? Hindi siya mayabang, guys. Wala ang Donita Rose, wala kang makikitang Sabi ko nga wala. Donita Rose na siya, hindi niya alam na si Donita Rose siya. Yung parang, really? Talaga? They like me, Jessie. Sabi ko, hello, si Donita Rose ka. Parang, ay, talaga. Parang, you don't know how lucky you are, how blessed you are. Everyone loves you and always keep it that way. And ano naman yan, hindi magbabago yan. Diyos ko, hindi magbabago yung baklang to. Grabe, kaya mga Genesis full force sa'yo. Tamo, sabi ni MJ, it will happen naturally. It will.
Oo
Yeah,
nga, unti-unti.
I agree.
O, diba?
Hindi
Kaya
ka pa ba nasasanay na yung sa celebrity status mo? Hindi ka pa ba sanay? Or hindi ka lang umakyat?
Sanay ako.
Oo.
I'm
Oo.
not gonna like pretend. No, sanay ako na everywhere I go, parang people are, they get surprised and then lahat nagpapapicture.
Yes.
But I will never get tired of it. I will always be grateful because I always believe that showbiz is for me, sobrang lalim to, pero showbiz is the platform for the gospel. So, secretly, I also say, Lord, hindi naman ako nangangarap na sumikat ako. I don't really care about those things because I've experienced it all, diba?
Yeah.
So, it's really more about, of course, I still also want to enjoy life, enjoy the finer things in life,
Yes.
to be able to dine out with friends and whatever, eventually fall in love or save up for a house or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, when you've experienced life, because now I just turned 47. At 47 years old, I've been at the top, I've been at the bottom, I've been in between, and I've been happy all throughout because I have God's peace in my life. I have His joy, which surpasses all understanding. And so when you have that, you can be happy at any phase in your life. But if I were to achieve greater success, I would really attribute that to really to God's grace and giving God the glory for it. Because, I want to be able to say that, after my last breath, I could say that, you know what, I did as much as I could to really share about God's goodness in my life. And I may not be a preacher, I may not be the best person to explain about God, hindi naman ako pastor or what, but I feel like I'm doing my best to really share that God is so good, and the message is, if your life is not as good as it should be, then you should try having God in your life. Yun lang.
Oo. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, nung pinakagrabe namin kwentuhan ni 4 hours, no? Almost 5 hours. Alam mo,
Maybe I have
sobra.
problems.
Nag-iyakan kami noon. Sabi ko, wow, you made me realize a lot of things na parang I have to be grateful what I have right now. Because sometimes, kahit na there are times na parang nade-depress ka. There are times na parang, ayoko nang gawin to. Ayoko nang gawin yan. I just wanna give up. But when after that 5 hours chit-chat, that talk, that very, kami, parang yun roller coaster. Magkukwentuhan kami, tatawa kami, mag-iiyakan kami.
Hindi naman kayo sabay tumatawa at umiiyak.
Actually, ganun na. Ilang beses na, hindi lang yung 5 hours, ilang beses na yun, pero alam mo, ang dami kong natutunan sa kanya. Sabi ko, alam mo, talaga, God has a purpose talaga. Why he gave you that wisdom, like to preach and talk about Bible. It's because ginamit niya talaga ka as an instrument. And I hope, sana one of these days, hindi lang life coach, maybe you can be a pastor in one church. Is that one of your plans?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that I will ever be a pastor. But I think that all of us, if you've come to know God in a personal way, at some point you become an evangelist. You just share about God's goodness. I think yung conversation natin that we had 4 or 5 hours, it was organic. I didn't plan it. You didn't set it up. It just happened. And it's, I think, one of the greatest, I guess maybe mind-blowing thoughts for Jessie, that conversation that we had was, she doesn't need to earn God's love. God loves you regardless of who you are, of your sins, your past. And it was very hard for her to understand that. Remember, you were like, really? I don't have to, I don't have to read my Bible. I don't have to go to church. No, you don't have to. In order to receive God's love, you don't have to do that. It just happens naturally when you begin to understand how much God loves you. Then you parang get more curious, and but it's not a requirement for Him to love you.
Correct. Tama yan. I feel His love whenever I wake up and just breathe air. And happy that even if it's a gloomy day, I love gloomy days. Oh my God, thank you for the gloomy day. Pero, at alam natin na mahal ka ni Lord, Donita, kasi sabi mo kanina 47 ka na, nakakainis. Hindi ka mukhang 47. Anong ginagawa mo?
Oh God. You look so young.
Oo nga.
You look so young.
Like Benjamin Button.
I would actually have to I have to thank Radiant Medical Spa kasi nagpa-Ultera ako recently, and I was so shocked with the outcome. Kasi nung pumunta kami doon ni G, just to try it out. Tapos hindi ko naman alam yung ginagawa ko. Sabi nila, would you like to try Ultera? I was like, yeah, sure. Kwento, 20 minutes. Tapos na. Sabi ko, wala naman akong naramdaman. Okay, whatever. I'm sure it's not that effective. Alam mo, 3 days later, people were like, pumayat ka ba? I'm like, no. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a month later, 2 months later, everyone's like, oh my God, anong ginawa mo sa mukha mo? Ang ganda mo. I'm like, I am? Hindi ko naman alam. Really, super. And then I started to notice na naglilift yung, parang kasi the Ulthera machine produces collagen. So hindi na siya nagsasag masyado. Ayun, so nung isang araw, nagpagawa ako ng forehead and neck. So imagine what that's gonna look like a month or 2 from now.
Oh my God.
Talaga naman. Kaya pabata ng pabata ang lola mo, no? Kaya si Miss Angeline, hindi ba si Miss Angeline? Si Miss Angeline din, pabata ng pabata, Miss Angeline, nagpapa-Ultera ka ba? Nagpapa-Ultera ka ba? Sabi ka no?
Ayan, magiging ganyan ka na daw, ulit. Sabi ni Direk.
Actually, sa totoo lang, Di, you're beautiful there. Same lang din. Feeling, alam mo, Di, na-notice ko, ngayon mas gusto ko na thicker ang eyebrows mo. You look younger. You look so much younger. Kasi nga 'di ba dati ang uso doon yung kilay na one-liner. Yung isa lang yung mga Bella Flores look. Tapos ngayon tipong mga Brooke Shields look na. Yung mga ganyan, yung mga si Ate Brooke Shields, 'di ba yung pakapalan. Tinatawag ka pa rin ba di ngayon na na Audrey Hepburn? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I mean, people still call me
Ay,
that.
maging
yeah.
ganyan kabata.
Ganyan pa. Wait, is that yan yung eyebrows mo talaga, di? Noon?
Yes, yun yung totoong eyebrows ko. Yeah, I was 15 years old.
Oh,
14.
damn. Ang ganda
Wow, the
talaga.
hair, ha? Si Direk.
Wait, kulot
kung
ka
saan
ba talaga,
nakuha
di?
sa
Are you
baul.
really curly? Or?
No, nagpakulot talaga ako noon. Actually, throughout my whole life, I've always done perms kasi manipis yung hair ko eh. Marami naman akong buhok. Pero manipis, very fine yung strand. So, pag nagpapakulot ako, talagang mas may volume.
So, wait.
Uso ngayon
Kung
yung,
ano?
kung hindi nyo pa natatry yung DigiPerm, mag-try ka ng DigiPerm.
Ano yun?
Ang
Ano
ganda.
Anong name
Alam
yun?
mo yung, kasi yung lumang panahon, yung katulad sa picture, yung perm na yan is cold wave. Ibig sabihin nun na mas harsh yung mga chemicals. So yung mga Koreans and the Japanese have really perfected the perm, pero siya, heat treatment. So ngayon, meron mga naka-attach yung rollers sa hair mo, and then naka-attach siya sa computer. So it's parang regulated temperature na pantay-pantay. And then the chemical that they use now is much milder, so hindi madadamage ang hair mo. So yung DigiPerm, it can last up to a year,
Yes.
and wash and wear. So pag winash mo, tapos pag nag-dry na siya, parang nagkulot ka.
Ooh. Jekas, try mo yan, Jekas.
Oh, wait a minute. Perm for 1 year, yeah. Teka lang. Pwede pa sa mga wig yan. Marami akong wig dito. Ang babaho na nga, hindi pa nalalabhan. Mga synthetic eh. Diba?
Oh my God.
Ayan, mga
Nakakaloka.
beautiful. Pero gusto ko sabihin, pero congratulations is in order pa rin kasi, ay, hindi kita. Diba yung cover ka ng Mesa and Bar magazine
yes.
of October.
Yes. Woohoo.
Is Mesa and Bar is like
Mesa and Bar.
Is it a food
ano?
food and chef magazine? Tell us about it.
Yes, it's an
And then yung
international, actually global food and wine magazine. So Mesa, MESA, and Bar. So yun, it's a Latin publication, but they're global, and they feature the top chefs of the world. So the photographer Vinny Gotti is a Filipino, and he's with the publication, and he also shot for Rupa Mail.
Nakita ko yung online eh.
I'm sorry, and I have a copy of it. Okay, go, Dee,
Yeah.
go.
So, ayun. So, he inquired about me if I'd be interested in being on the cover, and I was like, of course I would like to be on the cover. The funny thing about that is they sent me a questionnaire, and the questionnaire, I filled out the whole thing. Sabi ni Vinny, Donita, sabi niya, yung essay is about 1,200 words. Ang sinabit mo sa amin, 5,000 words. Sabi ko, hindi niyo naman sinabi. Para sa akin, mas okay yung sobra, yung binigay ko
Kasi
sa
wala,
na kayo.
Yeah, they can get a lot from that, diba?
Pero sabi niya, so sobrang ganda ng sinulat mo, we're gonna keep everything. And then the editor will just edit it a little bit. So,
Wow.
sobrang
Kaya
haba.
pala
Ang dami.
mahaba. Okay.
I think there's like 32 pages in the
As
magazine.
yes.
I'm just guessing, but I remember something
Basta
like 32
marami.
pages.
Sabi ko nga, aba ang lola mo. Talaga naman. Pati Max Health. Oh, di talagang
Well, that's so yun yung makeup artist ko na isa, si Roy Santos. And he was the one that did my makeup for that cover.
Gali. Di pagdating mo dito, maglalaro. I'll do your makeup. Kasi I used to be a makeup artist. So,
really?
I do weddings, I do fashion
And fashion
week. Yes. So gagawin kitang
Wow.
di ba Barbie doll lang kita, maglalaro lang.
Napapasok ako ni Jessie sa Fashion Week eh. Diba?
Oo, nga pala,
Kunwari
napapasok
alalay
ka-
niya ako, wala naman ako
Ilang
alam
beses
gawin.
si Fashion
Kalat. Isa ko malaking kalat doon, diba?
Oh my God. Teka, ito.
Ako naman, sobrang
Oo.
hilig ko sa hair. Hilig
hilig
ako
ka-
mag-ayos ng hair.
Oh.
Yan.
O pwede na tayo, di halika
ayusin
na.
natin si Jcast.
Ay, nako. And lots of prayers, of course.
Oo, mag-ano na pala tayo, pwede na tayong rumakit di. Ikaw sa hair, ako sa makeup.
Diyos ko.
So, may
Racket
catering
kayo.
pa.
Mas maganda
Uy,
pa kayo. Mas maganda pa kayo sa mga customer nyo.
Ano ba?
Mahiya sila. Diba?
Di kwento mo nga yung isang ginawa mong pagyayabang ko lang talaga si Di, yung pinakita mo sa akin yung isang party yun eh. Isang party na you made a 3-course meal or 4-course meal. Na isang buong, oh my God, I was like, sana sinend ko sa
Well,
mga pictures na sinend ni
so
Dee. Oh
far,
my God. Amazing.
so far I've done two catering events. The first one I did in the Bay Area. That was a 8-course meal, which was for Chinese New Year. That was for a what do you call this? Silicon Valley startup.
Yes.
Actually Filipino owned, and a biotech company. So I did an 8-course meal na parang Chinese Filipino inspired. They loved it so much they gave me a huge bonus. I was like so shocked by the tip that they gave me. So they
were like,
they asked me to do it for them every week. At that time, I already got the job for Vegas, for LA. So sabi ko, oh, I can't because I already took this job. But that was the first. And then the second one was, see, Jessica Rodriguez Buenavax is going to be coming out in a show. I can't really divulge too much information, but it's going to be huge. And she asked me to, they did a 20-year renewal of vows for her wedding. And they asked me to cater the event, sponsored by Island Pacific naman. And I also did a 9-course meal. And it was like, yeah, it was pretty good. I don't think I took any pictures to put on Instagram. Siguro January, when the TV show comes out, when it launches, I'll post it then para naman sabay sa kanila.
Pero wait, what if one of these days, let's say, no, not one of these days, a lot of, let's say, the viewers and everyone from all over the US would want to ask you to, Dee, can we hire you?
Dash of Donita.
For a wedding or
for a night,
yeah.
for a whole day of this and this and that. We, of course, accommodations is free, everything fly, and you can, like a big chunk of bonus and all. Are you willing to do it? Feeling ko, Di, dapat kang magka-show. Yung show na
Yeah, I mean,
diba, yung parang every week, na tipong pumupunta ka sa iba-ibang places. Diyos ko. So anyways, will you take
mahal ako
it?
ni Jessie.
Sobra. Ay, nako, grabe.
I would love to. I've been asked by many people to come and cater for their event. The only thing is that, right now I'm starting from scratch. Diba, bumalik ako sa America and I only have 2 suitcases and I'm just like starting to buy things for myself. So in terms of like a kitchen, I don't have a kitchen. I don't really have a lot of equipment. But if that wasn't an issue, I would even do it on my days off because I really love to promote modern Filipino with a twist. That's my specialty talaga. Actually, one of my pinaka signature dishes is a durian chicken curry with forbidden rice. It's like a fried black rice na yung parang nagpapap. So, and it has burnt coconut. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing dish.
So pag pumunta ka dito patry naman ng mga mga specialties
Sige,
mo
let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh my God, imagine! Ay!
Pwede rin tayo kunyari, diba, mag-cooking show, diba?
Diba?
Parang,
alam mo,
parang first yun sa OAGOT, tapos syempre, ako kalat lang din ako doon sa gitna niyo.
That.
Ayan, no?
Yes, that was the first one.
The question, ito hindi pala question. Actually, it's a question too. We will have an interview with, I don't know if you know Daniel Corpus of School of Chocolates. It was one of the best Filipino.
It's a new competition just shown in Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pero School of Chocolates.
I saw an episode. I saw an episode already, the first one.
We will have an interview with him actually on the 23rd, I believe.
Wow naman.
Yeah, we will have an interview with him. Alam mo, parang naisip ko nga when we were like texting each other, sabi ko, bakit si Dino? Pwede, kaso you don't do mga chocolates and you don't do, or you're more into like yung talagang dishes.
Yeah, my specialty talaga is hot kitchen. Actually, even baking, like, I mean, I do bake. I use baking techniques for a lot of my dishes, but my specialty is hot kitchen. As a matter of fact, like when we were in culinary school, most of the women would gravitate towards baking, diba, pastry, baking, sweets. I went to butchery kasi I don't know, parang gusto ko na parang siga na badass.
Oh,
So
talaga?
yeah, I went to. Mm.
Kakaiba.
Oh.
Diba?
Kasi ano din, hot kitchen, diba? You should also know how to like butcher a carcass. So that's kind of like my thing. Although I'm not very good in butchery, but hot
At
kitchen
least you
talaga is my
know.
specialty. Yeah,
Grabe,
medyo may
no?
idea ako.
Pero
And I love
oo,
the fine dining. Alam mo yung,
yung social na
I wanna like,
sarap plating.
Diba?
kasi pangarap ko talaga is molecular gastronomy. Kung
What is that?
makakapag-aral pa ako,
What do you mean?
yung the science of cooking on a molecular level.
Oh,
Yung
okay.
may ceviche rin, ano ba yun? Tsaka may mga usok-usok, nilalagay sa bag, ano, yan, mga
Ayun, yung
ganyan.
mga ganon.
Molecular
Pala, hindi
level
ka
sa
sumali
bag.
sa mga sa mga show na, ano tawag dito, yung mga show na, mga ganon. Ba't hindi ka sumali? Audition.
I don't think I'm that good. I mean,
Girl,
kasi if you really think
are
about
good.
it,
Alam mo,
I went to school in 2013, graduated in 2014. So, I mean, right now I don't have that many years under my belt. I think if you're talking about the time factor, the element of time na you have 1 hour to do this dish, I'm not so sure I would say that I could, nakaya kong labanan ng mga ibang, professional chefs in that
Yes.
in that capacity. Pero in terms of like kung walang time frame and I'm able to develop dishes and I think I can hold my own a little.
But Donita,
Yes.
gano'n na lang. Basta mag-ano ka lang, kayo ni MJ, mag-ano ka lang, mag-submit para camera time yon. Basta make
You
sure.
never know,
Hanggang
you never know, D.
gawin mo hanggang tumagal ka doon. Tapos mag-post, mag-ano ka lang, I'm Donita.
Yes, I'm
beautiful.
beautiful.
Ano pa,
And I'm
ano?
a beautiful
Oh, diba?
chef.
Donita,
I'm a
yes.
beautiful
If
chef.
everything else fails, kunyari yung magta-time na, edi mag-post ka na lang, di ba, sa camera. Gano'n na lang, di ba?
My God, sabi nga nito, sabi ni Norin Lanny, I can envision you owning your own restaurant someday. Oh, yes.
Oh, I would love
Ano,
that. I would love that.
Anong klaseng
slowly,
restaurant,
diba?
Di? Malay mo sa future, di
I have so
makapag-partner
many-
tayo. Okay, go. Anong klaseng, what's your vision of, what kind of
I have
restaurant?
so many ideas. I have so many ideas. There's just too many to mention, but definitely, like I said, it's like touring the whole Philippines, diba? Going to regional dishes all over the place, but with a significant twist, yung modern twist. Yun yung passion ko talaga.
May surprise.
Oh my God, imagine mo.
I
cannot wait.
imagined before, like, alam mo yung mga Japanese restaurants, di ba? Dati may uso ngayon na noon na belt. May belt, and
Yung
then you just
conveyor.
get the ones, yung conveyor belt, then you get the ones that you want. Imagine ko may mga spoon size, di ba? Yung, like different, I don't know, for example, like adobo on a spoon, and then it's with your truffles, like real truffle and whatever, something super fancy, and then you can just a spoon taste of all the
Taste
things
of
that you want.
yung, di ba? Yung parang kakaiba.
God,
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Claim
mean,
na
I have
natin
That's a
so
great
many.
idea.
Claim na natin.
Tapos
yun, malay mo
pag
sa
nagustuhan,
future.
I want a bowl of this. Oh, 'di ba? Pwede 'yun, oh.
Di ba? Pang try lang. Meron tayong napuntahan na restaurant dito na yung umaandar lahat. Oh, it's a Japanese naman. Umali mo, Filipino twist naman, no? Hi, Di. Let's claim it na. It will happen.
You're on your
Let's
way
claim
naman
it. Let's
Kita mo
claim it
naman,
for
'di
Di.
ba?
Amen.
You're slowly establishing yourself and we were so happy for you that you're doing what you love. And you're
Yes.
thriving, 'di ba?
Yeah, I think that's what's the most important. I mean, because we can have so much ambition in life, but I'm not willing to sacrifice the joys of, just enjoying life. I don't know. I don't think I'm that determined anymore to prove myself does that make sense? Kasi dati,
it does make sense, yes.
from 15, 16 years old, I've been always surviving and, trying to prove myself. And now I'm kind of at a stage where I just really want to enjoy life a little bit more. Yes, I'm hardworking. Don't get me wrong, but
Yes.
I don't know if I'm willing to sacrifice everything for the sake of my career anymore. I don't think I'm there
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah, you just wanna you wanna be successful at the same time have fun. Diba? At the same
Enjoy.
time.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Yes, and one of these days you will have your own restaurant in New York City. Ayoko sa California kasi gusto ko si Didi dito. Oo. Sa Vegas, wag na. Sa New York na lang. Masosyal.
Oo, kasi nakahanda na yung kwarto ko dyan.
Oo,
Oo
yes,
nga.
yes.
Correct.
Promise mo next year. At meron tayong niluluto with Dan di ba? With Dan. Oh my God, Di. Pero Di, question na. So ano pa yung ano? I know it's an hour, 1 hour and a half na. Pero Di, oo. Ano? Walang yaka. Oo, yung ang liit-liit ko.
May fashion week
Nung
niya.
nag-New York Fashion
Oo.
Week ako, walang yaka. Pinakita ko pa talaga
Oo.
yan. Oo, liit-liit ko.
Wow.
Tatangkad nila. Tipong mga 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". As in, kumukuha pa ako ng stool. Kung kalimbawa, kailangan nila ng, oh my, ang hirap, pero it's okay. I mean, maybe one of these days magiging 5'10" tayo, Di. 5'11". Pero you're tall, no? How tall are you, Di? 5?
Hindi, 5'4" and a half lang ako eh.
Sus, compared naman sa akin, 5, kaya hanggang dito mo lang ako, kaya okay lang yan. Oo.
Vitamins ako eh.
Ako hindi ata naskipan Sabay ganun no? Pero dito, I'm curious lang ako. I know it's an hour and a half na. Is there anything that you want to put in your list na, I know there's a lot, right, that you still want to accomplish, but if given like three things that you want to put on your top 3 on your bucket list, what would it be?
What do you mean, like career-wise?
Career in anything. Let's say career,
In general,
life, in
Oh,
general.
definitely, I would love to come see you guys in New York, and we would just do features all over the city and
Sweet.
just have
Oh my
fun.
God.
And
Oh my God.
I would love to stay with you guys minimum a month. Walang biro.
Sana tumapat yung yung meron ng mansion si Jessie at saka yung may pool siya.
Ay, ano ba yan? Tumigil ka.
Kasi
Hindi.
bibili sila ng
Sana.
house
No, next year we're pushing for a house, but definitely, may room ka na dito. Actually, I'm thinking of yung napag-usapan na namin ni Director you collaborate with the Filipino chef who owns restaurants in Manhattan.
Maybe
Diba? And
something
you can-
like start my own YouTube, because I had a YouTube channel before called Dash of Donita.
Can you start?
Pero hindi kasi I cannot get access to that anymore, so I'd have to start all over again. But can you imagine if I had a YouTube channel and I could collaborate with Filipino chefs from all around the world? That would be a dream come true. You know, where I could just we can promote Filipino cuisine and yet collaborate and be creative.
That is a great show.
D,
Yeah.
start your own. Please, D. ASAP na yan.
Kasi marami din akong kilalang mga Filipino chefs na around the world. Just that magazine alone, di ba? We had this chef Noel from Dubai. He's like a famous pastry chef, and he's like in a top-notch bakery out in Dubai. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if I could just fly to Dubai and then, interview him and then try food and of course exercise. But really,
bakit hindi mo na ma-access yung YouTube mo? Sayang yun
yeah, well, kasi there was a social media agency that started it for me. I didn't know back then.
It's not yours.
It's okay. It's never too late.
It's not mine. Yeah.
Excuse
Pero-
me, you're Donita Rose. For sure, a lot
Anyway.
of And alam mo, nandito din kami to push you always.
You can start again at tataas din agad yan kasi
For
kilala ka
sure.
naman
They
Oo.
started ASAP. It will be
Hindi rin kasi
amazing.
biro yung ginagawa nyo eh. I mean, podcast, YouTube. I mean, this is a full-time job, and it's very difficult. Like
And day
with
job.
me having
Yes.
mahirap. It's really
Mahirap
hard.
mag-edit, oo. Do you know how to
Oo,
edit,
hindi
D?
rin biro.
Do you know how to edit?
Not Adobe Premiere, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, back in the day, I mean, sa computer ko, gosh, mga iMovie, marunong ako, but not Adobe Premiere.
Oo.
Hindi pa.
Oo.
Hindi masyado.
Always iMac.
Pwede kang turuan ni Direk. Madali lang. Kailangan mo naman ng boyfriend katulad ko.
Kailangan magaling mag-edit.
Kailangan magaling mag-videograph. Alam mo, totoo yun, Di. Pag meron ka
Sige,
talagang...
isama natin yun sa listahan.
Tama,
Yes,
isulat mo
isama
yun.
na, ha?
Oo,
Kailangan
isulat mo
magaling
yun.
kailangan marunong may business acumen din para matulungan kanya sa mga businesses mo. Magaling mag-produce, magaling
Oo.
magaling
Producer lang para pera.
Oo,
Correct.
magaling
Grabe, ang
mag
taas
lahat
ng
na.
standard, oh.
Oo, lahat na. Diyos ko, meron nga, hindi ko sasabihin yung isang chef na, Diyos ko, crush ka, naku Lord. Sabi ko, tingnan natin. Tingnan
Oo nga.
natin. Kung hindi nga lang kinasal si Jordan Andino, papakilala kita dun. Kilala mo si Chef Jordan Andino? ng New York?
No, not
Oo,
yet.
Chef
siya yung
Jordan
maganda yung
Andino.
smile. He has a couple of shows na on a
Oh my
American
God.
cable channels. Tapos ano siya,
Nakaka-proud
Moreno.
yun eh. Dapat,
Oo.
yun yung mga tipong dapat natin interviewin eh. Parang paano sila nakarating doon.
Yes.
You know,
Kailangan mo
paano natin
Yes.
may, may wagwag. How do you say?
Alam mo, wagayway,
Wagayway.
wagayway. Yes.
Wagayway.
Wagwag bigas yun eh.
Yes.
Sabay-sabay.
wagwag.
Sabay.
Oo, yan.
Pero alam mo, alam mo, a good idol. Ayan,
Ayan
si
siya.
Chef,
Si Chef.
Jordan
Ay, cutie
Andino.
pie.
Cutie pie
Cutie pie.
talaga. Grabe. Hinire siya actually ng mga Kardashians and he owns one restaurant in New York City, in Manhattan.
Oh, yung Flip
Pwede ka nga
CD.
makipag-collab sa mga ganyan.
Ito
yung
pala
Flip
ha,
CD.
na nag-close kasi naapektuhan ng
Pero may
ng
bago siya
pandemic.
ngayon.
Pero,
Nag-open ulit.
na-open niya ulit sa awa ng Diyos. So, ayan.
Kaya,
Diba? It's a roller coaster
It will
ride for
happen.
you guys.
It will happen, Di. Ano lang yan, investors. Coming na
Well,
yan,
I
Di.
also had the honor of meeting Nicole Fonseca, the owner of Jeepney New York.
Oo, yun. Jeepney
And-
Maharlika pala.
Anong
Oo.
plano?
Isa siya sa mga, well, I think she moved to Miami, but
To Miami
I
na,
met
no?
her. She did a little parang book signing at Island Pacific, and I didn't realize that she was actually such a huge influence in my life because I didn't know her, who she was. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the Nicole Fonseca of Jeepney. And then I put two and two together, and it was just an honor to meet her. I would love to interview her as well because she was one of the pioneers in terms of like promoting modern Filipino cuisine.
Exactly. Alam mo, Di, wala pa tayong nami-meet na Filipino na chef na umiikot to have an interview. And that you guys will cook together and all. You're gonna be the first one.
Tulungan niyo naman ako. Sige,
Oo,
gawin
yeah.
natin.
Oo naman.
Yeah.
Hindi mahirap ibenta
Uy,
yung mukha
pwede
pa
natin
lang
gawin.
eh. Diyos ko, yung gusto panoorin ng tao.
Mahirap yan.
Diba?
Hindi mahirap yan. Pagdating sa production, kaya na natin yun eh. Kaso ang tanong is, makailangan natin mag-travel lahat. Ang saya nun, no? Alam mo, pwede natin gawin yun once a month. O pag-usapan natin yan.
Oo.
Bakit naman hindi? Di ba? Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Yes, anything is possible.
Di ba? Oh my God. Naku, Di, thank you so much. Grabe. Ang saya-saya.
Oh my gosh.
Lagi mo ang saya-saya mong kakwentuhan. Sobra.
There's never enough time with you guys.
Sobra. As in, di ba, pag very soon, ano ka na? MJ, sumama ka na, ha? Sumama ka na, MJ. Oo, ito, in love na in love si Angelo, eh.
So, na good night. Sweet dreams daw. Na
Oo,
good night pa si
sweet dreams daw,
Angelo.
sabi,
Oo,
sweet
diba?
dreams.
Oo.
Thank you so much,
And
dear.
also, Tita Angeli
Yes.
was asking me to speak in Pangalatok.
Yes.
Labi, si kayo namin natan, siya si Donita, over a glass or two.
Wait, you speak Pangalatok talaga?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yun
fluent.
nga.
As in fluent?
Ano sinabi mo?
Ano sinabi mo? What did you say?
Oh, I said magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I'm here on over. This is me, Donita, on over a glass or two.
Ayun.
Oh, ay, wait,
Naimbag
Pangalatok is
na
from...
rabihig ka kayo amin po. Mangantayon.
Oh, ano yung Pangalatok is from
Ilocano.
what province? Ilocano. Si Miss Angeli ba Ilocano?
No. So I'm Pangasinense, but my mom is Ilocano Pangasinan. So I know a little bit of Ilocano, but I'm fluent in Pangasinense. And Tita Angeli wanted me to share my hidden talent.
Ang galing naman. Kompleto na. Ilocano din ako, sabi ni Jenny. Dahil mamimit mo yan, Jenny. Ay, nako. Ay, alam mo ba, nagkwentuhan kami one time ni Jenny bago sabi ni, si Jenny kasi, isa siya sa, parang nag-a-assist siya sa, sino yan, Jenny? Yung isang billionaire na producer dito sa New York. So, tapos sabi niya, oh my God, may mga parang, I think they're looking for, para mag-chefs for like big occasions na nandun sila. Oprah, nandun sila ganito. So sabi ko nga, pag may ganong gig, teka, di ha? Imagine mo, I'll be cooking for Oprah for...
What?
You never know.
Correct.
You never know. Anything
Ano kaya,
is possible.
Magsasign ka ng
Anything is
NDA,
possible.
walang pruweba, walang picture, pero memories na... diba? Yun lang.
Pero
yun ang meron
memories.
tayo. Memories.
Ganun
Oo.
lang eh, no? Oh my
You know
God.
what? If it doesn't happen, I'm just so blessed to have friends like you. I'm enjoying the process. I love you guys. Love you
I
guys
love
so
you.
Oh,
much.
we love you back.
Love you, Sobra. Sobra. Love you, D. Love you, D. So anyways, D, last message mo naman sa lahat, to everyone, especially this Christmas season. And also for those people who's struggling, who's struggling right now and who wants to, let's say, wants to be a chef like you too. So last message mo for them. Yes.
para sa mga babae na gustong maging chef, mag-umpisa kayo na maaga. Huwag kayong mag-start katulad ko at the age of 30 plus kasi ang hirap. Napaka-physical ang trabaho na ito. Pero masaya naman ako, no regrets. Although, I would like to still gain more stamina to be able to continue the job. And, we have, actually after tonight, we have 10 more days to go before Christmas. So don't forget to do your Christmas shopping and just have fun in the process. Maybe some of us don't have budgets right now to buy stuff for people. Let's be creative. But the most important thing is that we should never take for granted our loved ones, even our friends. So sabihin mo, ako, I never fail to tell people how much I love them. And yun ang pinakamahalaga sa lahat. It's more than all the money in the world. So Merry Christmas po sa inyong lahat at maligo kayo ngayong taon.
Ang ganda talaga.
Ayan na naman yung maligo eh. Meron talaga smell-o-vision. May smell-o-vision talaga dito na amoy mo ko kanina pa eh.
Oh my God. Sabi ni Miss Angeli Valenciano, in history, Donita would be the one artist we have managed who have loved me the most. Thoughtful and loving, and she writes the most beautiful letters and cards.
Wow, so sweet.
Oh, so sweet. Oh, si Ramir, andito.
She would also say, ako ang pinakamatigas ang ulo.
Oh. Uy, Lenny, Kiko, aba.
Lenny, Kiko, wow.
Oh. Yes, Lenny and Kiko,
this is
can
an
you believe?
exciting next year, the elections. It's going to be crazy. Let us pray for our country. Let's pray that God's sovereign hand would rule over politics, over the government, and over our country.
Mm-mm.
Yes, and Miss Angeli, we will have an interview with Miss Lenny, Vice President Lenny.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We're just waiting for the schedule, and hopefully Miss Angeli with Mr. Kiko.
Wow.
With Sir Kiko, di ba?
Oo
You
nga.
never know. Oo. So let us know para we makakatulong naman kami, di ba, for the campaign. Why not, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you.
you so
We love you,
much.
Tito Gel.
Yes.
I love you
Dee,
guys.
Oo, Dee, naman, last, you want to promote anything? Anything that you want to promote?
I mean, watch out because I'm going to be guesting, I have a little cameo appearance in Jessica's upcoming show, which I'm really not allowed to mention yet. But
Yes.
so that's a surprise. And also, if you haven't gotten a copy of the October issue of Mesa and Bar, please do get it. I have quite a spread in there. Thank you to Mesa and Bar. And also, if you haven't come to Island Pacific, please do drop by and visit me. I'm at the Santa Clarita branch, and you can try 6 bowls that I've created, the Chirp and Oink Around the World rice bowls. I thank you.
Yes. I love you, Dee. Love you.
I love you guys.
Okay. JCast, close our show for tonight. Go.
Yes, thank you mga ka-OAGOT for tuning in to this fun episode. Don't forget to share this amongst your friends and also subscribe to our Overglasser 2 YouTube channel and follow us here in Overglasser 2 in Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. At ayan, ako rin. Ako may splash ito, hindi ko pwedeng diretso. Diniretso po ni Donita ang kanyang ginger beer with tequila. Oh my God, ang sarap. Yes. Ayan, wala na yung kanyang hat, mga kaibigan.
Yes.
Oh my God, the gorgeous Donita Rose. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
For joining us the second time around. It's so much fun to always see you and catch up with you, and next time ulit ha. So let's have our last toast for this
and
more
we'll
night,
see you
guys.
next in a few months, Dee. Oh my
Yes,
God.
oh my
Mamimit mo
God,
siya,
live
Jenny.
na,
Don't
live na
worry.
live.
Okay. Yes.
Ayan.
Aba,
Bumubus pa
wala
po
na
siya.
eh.
Yes, sayang. Ubus na eh.
Tinungab niya eh.
Ubus.
Ayan.
Oh my God. At sarap ka inumin.
Shot na po ng
Excited na
tequila,
ako.
guys.
Okay,
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
Go.
Remember, guys, mga ka-OAGOT and Donita, amidst the pandemic, let's still find ways to be happy. Let's all talk about it over a glass or two. Bye, guys. Thank you, Dee. Love you. Bye,
Love you guys.
Get your mind and body rejuvenated with Monarch Montage Skin Science and Medical Aesthetics, located in New York and Manila, bringing health and beauty wherever you go. From a simple Botox to a fat-reducing and muscle mass-gaining M-Skull. For more information about their quality services and locations, call or text 917-633-7710 or email at monarchmontage@gmail.com. Monarch Montage, the beauty and health continuum.